Howdy, and welcome back to the Happy Wheels Historian, the best place for all Happy Wheels updates. As always, links to every video will be down below. Starting the week off, we have 4 new PBs in the demo. RBRT dropped his time to a 4:16. JJ Pugs shaved 10 seconds off his PB down to a 3:35. And Sky Fidels leaps into 3rd place with an impressive 3:15, which had almost no notable mistakes with his current strats. Finally, Adam struck again with a 2:55, now successfully pulling off almost every strategy used in the current world record, only losing time to marginal movement errors and one unfortunate reset, and it keeps happening, that lost 3.1 seconds. This episode has the first inclusion of the All Featured Levels category. After more than a week of practice and a new strategy that saves literally 25 minutes, I shattered the record with a 3-hour and 45-minute run. Over time, this category could even get as low as a sub 2:30, but it would take a massive effort to get that level of consistency. Moving on to individual levels, I can clarify that 25-minute time save I mentioned before. This is Legacy of Quasel, the most random, most frustrating RNG fest of a level that Happy Wheels has to offer. The fastest anyone had ever gotten it in a run was the previous world record in about 28 minutes of attempts. As all featured levels requires the player to play in a listed order, and Quasel is nearly last in the list, pretty much no one ever plays the category. After a long night of practice, I realized that while seemingly random, Happy Wheels has no true RNG, and it must be possible to beat every single time. After 3 hours, I constructed a list of inputs that could be inputted frame by frame through pause buffering, which if performed perfectly, would always result in a win. I hit it first try in my run and carried that 25-minute gold to a massive world record. While practicing for all featured levels, I completed a 3-day challenge of submitting a run to every individual level on the leaderboards, and in doing so, I broke a few records, including this 4:23 on Mega Slam Dunk Arena. After the stream, I went to verify my run, but already waiting to be verified was an entirely separate 4:23 from Alex MV. I checked my stream logs, and he checked his recording date, and after comparing the time difference, it turns out he had achieved the record just 2 hours before me. Sam502 saw this and set out to beat both of us and take the crown. But yeah. So now there's a 3-way tie for first at exactly 4:23. On the mobile side of things, Crepuron continues his tear of records, reaching 15 at the time of this recording. Outside of his domination, Michael finally broke the year-long reign of I'm a Brick Wall, taking 1-1 with a time of 25:52, implementing tilt jumps to save some frames. He also finally proved his theory on 1-7 and pulled a Neo through the harpoons, taking the record with a 34.67. Finally was a crazy new strategy from Foy
Japo Ask 14.
When Crepujon took his 1-15 records, he responded with this bombshell. It's too difficult to be used in full game runs for now, but who knows one day. Last but certainly not least, we have some big news for full game mobile runs. I finally took back my Irresponsible Dad world record with an 11:29. 2 deaths lost me a full minute, so a sub 10 is definitely on the table. With this run, I now have 6 out of the 7 full game records, with the only one remaining being Segway, and Michael is doing his best to stop me. This week brought an 11-minute run that seemed near flawless but lost small amounts of time across a few levels. Later that week, Michael posted a run simply titled, I'm Determined at This Point, which was an 11:04 with 24 seconds lost to deaths on 1-3 and 1-6. Michael is just frames from the finish line, while my PB is still in the sub 15 category. I'd like to call it a race, but this might just be the biggest blowout of all time. Find out what happens next by subscribing and turning on notifications. That's all I've got for you this week. Later, y'all.